Hey loves, it's me Elizabeth Lauren and welcome to my channel. Today's video is all about deployment and I'm going to be talking about tips to survive deployment. I know I'm not through this deployment yet, but I feel like since it's almost over, I would give y'all a couple of tips because I found that a lot of this has really helped me and it's really changed my perspective on this whole process. So yeah, if you would like to hear my tips and hear how me and Jeffrey have been doing, then just keep watching. So through this whole deployment process, I've kind of had to learn how to be on my own, and I've learned that I'm stronger than I thought I was. And you know, it's kind of a confidence booster when I get through a week and I get through something that normally I'd have Jeffrey do or have Jeffrey help me with. But I do notice that each setback that I go through kind of freaks me out a little bit because it's like, oh my god, Jeffrey's not here to help me, what do I do? And yeah, I'm kind of having to learn to be my own person. For instance, I'm having car issues and I have to go get my tires fixed tomorrow, and just going to the grocery store by myself and paying bills and making sure our car insurance is up to date because I gotta deal with that. And yeah, just little things that normally Jeffrey would handle, I'm having to do on my own. Like mow the lawn, make sure everything is good with the house, and pick out the trash. Normally Jeffrey does that, and now, you know, I'm having to do my share, as in cleaning the house and stuff, plus his share. So it's like I'm learning how to be on my own and learning what it's like to live by myself. And I honestly thought it was going to be scary, and sometimes it is. Like, sometimes I'll watch a scary movie and get like freaked out at nighttime, or I will watch like murder mystery shows, videos on YouTube, and I really need to stop doing that because it makes me have nightmares. But yeah, I'm learning just to be on my own, and it's hard. But at the same time, it's really rewarding because I'm getting through it and I'm surviving. But it is a little frustrating because I really am so over this process. Like, I'm ready for Jeffrey to come home, and it's really hard because I just want to be with him. And even though I know I only have a little bit of time left, it's still like, when is it going to get here already? Like, I'm so tired of waiting. I hate waiting. I'm very impatient, and it's hard. It's hard waiting, and it's hard having to be on your own. And Jeffrey feels the exact same way. Like, he's ready to come home. He's so tired of being there. Mostly because, you know, when you're deployed, you're working all the time and you're, you know, busy all the time. So you don't have time to dwell on how you're feeling or dwell on missing your family and loved ones back home. But for Jeffrey, he is having days where they don't really do anything, and all everybody talks about is going home. So it's like, it sucks. It's really hard. And yeah, like, I'm kind of the same way. Like, when I have days where I'm just sitting at home and not doing anything, that's when I start to feel sorry for myself, and I start to really miss Jeffrey, especially at nighttime. It's really hard. And yeah, I feel like this month especially has been really frustrating, mainly because I've had car issues. I'm really ready for Jeffrey to come home. I'm kind of like in the middle of this deployment. Like, I'm in the middle of him coming home and it still being far away at the same time. So it's like frustrating, and I've just found myself missing him a lot more this month, and I don't know what to do. It's frustrating, it's annoying. It's like BMT times 10, because in BMT couldn't really talk to Jeffrey, and this deployment is kind of the same way. I have to kind of stay up to talk to him, so my sleeping schedule is definitely messed up. Like, I'm staying up super late just to tell him good morning, and it's a lot. And also, we don't really get to FaceTime that much. The connection has been like really crappy, and and we've been arguing a little bit lately, which sucks because I don't want to stress him out, but yeah, I mean, every couple argues, and we've been having a couple arguments here and there, so it has been hard. It's been really hard. But, I mean, this month I've had good moments too. I actually had a girls' night a couple days ago, and that was really, really fun because we went to the escape room, and it was my first time going, and it was so fun. We had to escape an asylum, and we like crawled through tunnels and stuff like that. We lost, unfortunately, and I felt so dumb afterwards because I was like, seriously, like, how did I not know where the key was? Like, I was so mad. But I mean, it was still fun. I had a lot of fun. We also went to see A Quiet Place, and I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but I will say you have to see it, and if you watch A Quiet Place, please go see it at the movies because it is so, so good. It's not really like a horror movie, so if you're wanting to get scared, I mean, you still will get scared because you're gonna see a creature that's like super freaky looking, and it's really cool. But it's more of like a thriller suspense type movie because it makes you kind of be on the edge of your seat the whole time, and you're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next, kind of thing. And it's really, really good. Like, I honestly, when I heard the movie was about being quiet the whole time, I was like, this is gonna be dumb, like, really. But yeah, it's so good. I recommend it 100%. I think anybody would like it if you're into, you know, thriller type movies, and I just think it was really creative and I liked it. So yeah, that's all I will say about that. I'm not gonna spoil the movie for you because I tend to do that a lot. So yeah, I'm really glad that this month is almost over, and I'm so ready to see Jeffrey. Like, I just can't wait any longer. It's like all I want to do is see him, and I have so much stuff planned for when he comes home, so I'm really excited. Okay, so my first tip is kind of a no-brainer, but it's honestly so important to me because it is the reason I'm okay right now. Like, it's the reason that I'm dealing with this deployment in such a good way. When I found out my husband was deploying, I was a mess and I had no idea what to do. I didn't think I was going to get through this, and when he left, every little thing reminded me of Jeffrey, and it made me cry, like, all the time. Like, literally the first day he left, I could not stop crying. So this tip has really helped me because my friend Ashley, who has a YouTube channel, and I'll link it down below, she actually told me to take it a week at a time instead of a day at a time. And I was like, a week at a time? What do you mean? But the more I thought about it, the more it really made sense because there's so many more days than there are weeks. And if you count the days, it's literally going to make you miserable because you're going to be so depressed. You're going to be like, wow, I have 100 and something days to go, versus counting the weeks. So yeah, count the weeks, take it a week at a time, because once you get through 1 week, you're like, wow, I made it. I accomplished my goals, or I made it through this really difficult time. I did it. So that's honestly been something that's really helped me. And obviously I'm still counting down the weeks, and I only have a couple more to go, and I'm so excited. If you just start to kind of change your perspective on the deployment and kind of focus on each week instead of the days, it's honestly going to make it go by so much quicker, and it's going to make you happier because you're not going to be depressed thinking about each day and trying to get through each day. So I hope that made sense because some people are going to be like, what, really? Like, that's your tip? That's your advice for me? But I'm telling you, if you just take it a week at a time, it'll change everything and it'll make you so much happier. My next tip is to invest in yourself and set some goals. And this is really important because when you marry someone, all your time is going to your significant other. So it's important to focus on you. You're getting this time apart to really figure out who you are and to find goals and hobbies that you never knew you wanted to do. And just to focus on yourself. So take this time to figure out what you want to do as far as a career, or start up a hobby. Start going to the gym like I've been doing. Like, going to the gym has made me so much happier lately, and I'm so glad I've been going. And I'm starting to realize that I'm stronger than I thought I was. I honestly, when I found out my husband was leaving, I did not think I was going to get through it. I was upset, I was depressed, I was lonely. I really didn't have that many friends, and I just kind of stayed to myself. And now I'm kind of getting out of my shell and meeting people, and I'm a lot happier than I was. So take this time for you. Next tip is to get out of the house. Seriously, get out of the house. Go for a walk. Take your dogs walking. Go to the park. Go to the library on base. Go see a movie. Just get out of the house, because when I'm stuck at home and I don't have anything to do, that's when I get lonely, and that's when I start to think about Jeffrey and start to miss him, and then, the crying starts, and it's not a fun time. But when I get out of the house and I go hang out with friends and I just keep myself busy, I really don't think about it. The only time I'm really thinking about Jeffrey coming home is at nighttime. I mean, I miss him every single day. Like, I will always miss him, but I'm not dwelling on it, and I'm not focusing on that, because I'm keeping myself busy. So get out of the house and just keep yourself busy, because that will honestly make this time go so much faster. My next tip is to go out with friends, and if you don't have friends yet because you're new to the base or you're a loner like me, go on the spouse page, because that's literally one of the quickest ways to make friends. Like, you could say you're new to the base or your spouse is deploying, and so many people will reach out and welcome you with open arms. So yeah, just go on the spouse page. Or another way actually to make friends is through your husband's or your spouse's shop, because that's how I met my friend Megan. She's actually in the Air Force, and I've actually met a couple of Jeffrey's friends' wives as well. Just go out and make some friends, because it's good to have someone to talk to and, lean on when you're going through this. And you never know if you're going to have an emergency or not. So it's good to have people that you know. And honestly, if it wasn't for my friends, I don't think I would be dealing with this deployment as well as I am. And yeah, they've been really, really supportive, and they've honestly been amazing. Like, I've made lifelong friends here, and I've met people that actually know what I'm going through and know what it's like to be worried about deployment or have gone through deployment already. So yeah. Next tip is to make care packages. And I know this sounds silly, like, really this is gonna help me with deployment, but honestly, it's so fun. Like, I love making care packages for Jeffrey, because one, I know he's gonna really appreciate it, and I know that it's gonna make his day when he gets my packages. So yeah, just make cute care packages and send letters and reminders of home and just little things to show that you care, because it honestly will make their day, and it'll make you feel so happy knowing that they're happy and that they got your package. And it just kind of makes you feel closer to them in a way, and makes you feel like they're safe, Yeah, like, that's honestly something that is fun about deployment, because you can just make cute care packages and put little pictures in there and just really make it your own. My next tip is to pray. And when I found out my husband was deploying, my mom told me that I was Jeffrey's prayer warrior. And honestly, I love that. Like, I just love the way that sounds. I think that's awesome, because when I pray, I feel so much better. And I know that I can give all my worries and all my, anxiety to God. So I'm praying for Jeffrey's protection, and praying for the base, and praying that everyone is okay and that everyone's safe. So pray, because it seriously will make you feel so much better, it'll just give you a calming feeling and let you know that you're gonna get through this and that it's gonna be okay. So yeah. Okay, my next tip I wrote on my phone, and it's like a little bit long, so I'm going to read it out to you and then kind of explain it a little bit. And my next tip is learn how to work through confrontation. Long distance relationships are tough, but you have to put yourself in their shoes and really think about the situation. Do I want to cause more stress? Is it worth it? Are you really mad, or do you just miss them? And a lot of the time I find myself picking little tiny fights over the stupidest situations, and it's not because I'm mad, it's because I'm mad that they're gone. When your husband or when your loved one is deployed, you really have to put yourself in their shoes, and you have to realize that you're causing them stress by, starting little arguments, and it's not worth it. It's not necessary, and you should be supporting them. You should be being there for them. Now, there are times where you are going to argue and things happen, life happens, but you need to learn how to communicate and work through it, because me and Jeffrey have always said if we're mad at each other, we're going to work through the problem before we go to sleep, because we don't ever want to go to sleep mad at each other. And I think that's important because you need to look at the situation. Like, is it really worth being mad over? Is it something necessary to talk about now? Or is it a big problem, basically? So, yeah, like just learning to talk to each other and communicate through issues while you're away is going to make your marriage so much stronger. And my last tip is probably my favorite, because it's just exciting to think about like all the stuff I'm gonna do when Jeffrey comes home. And my tip is to plan things for you and your loved one to do together when they come home, because when they come home, it's literally like a honeymoon phase all over again. Like, you haven't seen them in so long, you start to get butterflies when you talk on the phone. Like, literally just FaceTiming Jeffrey, I get butterflies. Like, I get so excited. So yeah, plan like a cute date or a vacation or a movie night, or just something that you've been wanting to do with your husband or loved one for a long time. So yeah, that's like my favorite tip, because I have so many things planned. Like, I'm going to Texas, hopefully going to be going to the Mall of America, going camping. Like, I have so many things planned. I'm so excited. So yeah, I really hope these tips helped y'all, and I know that deployment is hard. I'm still not through this deployment yet. So if any of y'all are going through this or are about to go through it, just know that you can reach out to me and I will help you as much as I can. So message me on all my social media or comment on my videos, and I will get back to you as soon as I can, because I'm always here. Military can be stressful. It's really hard sometimes, just because it's a lot to go through. Military is a lifestyle, and you're constantly moving and uprooting your life to fulfill your husband's or your loved one's dreams. So just know that y'all can always reach out to me, and I'm always here for y'all. And seriously, thank you to everyone who checks up on me and Jeffrey. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are literally like my friends, even though I haven't even met y'all yet, but you don't know how happy y'all make me and like how much y'all cheer me up. So thank you so much for that. And yeah, I really hope you liked this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. It would seriously make my day. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye, loves!